Hey, good morning, you all. Go with me today to the Tate Lohr Hunting Reserve over in Mercer County, West Virginia. I'm going to go down there to where the fish hatchery is. There is a cave there that I want to explore on that reserve. It's open to the public, and today I'm going to take you all along on that ride. I'm just now passing through the East River Mountain Tunnel. I'm going north on Interstate 77. I'll be in Mercer County in about a little more than 30 seconds. This tunnel's about a mile deep. So we're going to go down to what is known as Pigeon Creek, where the Tate Lohr Hunting Preserve is. There's over 1,000 acres down there now that you can explore and hunt. So come along with me and let's see what we can find today on this little outing. So you all, here we are at the town of Oakville, West Virginia. We will make a right-hand turn up here just after we cross this railroad track. After this train goes by, we'll make a right, and then we'll go right around there to the Pigeon Creek Holler and turn up to the Tate Lohr Fish Hatchery. You all, if you're coming up 460 there, let's say from the Roanoke area, the Richmond area, you just get off at the Oakville exit and get down on here, and this is Route 112. There's 3 different ways to come in here. You can come in down there towards Hales Gap, but what we're on right here is Route 112. Right here, this is Oakville. You done seen it. So we come down here to the fish hatchery, so you can't get up in there. What's going on down here, what? These are the road block there. So now we're going up Pigeon Creek Holler there, you all. Alright, you all, there was some fellas down there cutting firewood down there where you park, so I had to park down the road just a little ways. But I'm now on the path that goes around here to the cave. So let's ease on around here, and I've took you all up here before, but I've never taken you down in the cave itself. So that's what we're going to do. All I will say this, I'm going to do this by myself, and that is that's dangerous, okay? So those gentlemen that I just met right down there at the road, they know I'm going to this cave, and you know, if I don't show back up for some reason or another, they'll at least know where the person who parked the truck down there went to. I went to this particular cave here. Also, I'm going to try to text my wife here and tell her that that's where I'm going, because you never know, you might get down in a place like this, have a bad accident, have a heart attack or whatever, and nobody knows where you went to. So that has happened before. I've caved when I was young. I've done lots of caving, you all, where you had to crawl for hundreds and hundreds of feet just to be able to stand up. So I just want to put that in there. You know, I'm going by myself, and even if you're not going by yourself, make sure that other people know where you went to. So in case of an emergency, I know people around here who has been lost in some of these caves for more than 3 days before they got found. You all, let's go down there and explore this cave. You can see it's a big wide open, and the light's shining in it pretty good right there in the opening this morning. So let's go down in there. Maybe there's a bear hiding down in there, maybe there's not. All right, you all, I brought that brand new light down here to try out. Now, I'm going to have to do some really nasty climbing right here just to get down in this particular hole, so I'm not going to try to film that. You can see this is very deep right here. So let me get the lights out so that we can see what it looks like before we even go down in that particular hole right there. So you can see the light up there where I just come down. This particular cave doesn't have a lot of stalactites in it, stalagmites. We'll check out that there when we come back around there next time, you all. So let's go in here. Well, this cave has changed over the years. There's a bat sticking right there. Little passageway here. Don't know exactly how far that goes. We're going to find out there. See if it goes anywhere that we can go. So that comes to an end right there. I see a crawling passageway right there, you all, that goes on down deeper. Let's take a look at it real close here. Yeah, it's got lots of mud and water in it too. You can also see charcoal and stuff in here where years ago people would come in here and they would camp out in here. I know that the Indians did. You can actually see charcoal in here. Of course, you know, all kind of different animals. So let me cut the camera off and see if I can find us a better passage. Right, y'all, here's one with a low ceiling in it. I can tell right now that when there's lots of water, you can see a literal creek that runs through here. There's another one of our bat friends. And oh, wow. Big room here. One of the things that I want to do, you always try my spotlight out in here. Turn this light off. Very nice big room here. So let me set it up on the tripod. One of the things I wanted to test out, you all. So people come down in here and explore this cave, you guys. Shine that light in your eyes there. Anyway, so it looks like. We'll take a look up at the ceiling there in a minute. It looks like it's about 30 feet high right in here. This room that I'm standing in, I know for a fact, was lower years ago because I came in here about 30 years ago. Dirt washes in here when it rains, which you don't really want to come down here when it's raining, because this cave could fill up with water very, very quickly and drown you, trap you in here for days. And it's really caved in really bad since I was in here the last time. So I'm gonna pick up the light there and let you see up and just around this whole cave here. Sure we're recording there. Yep, it's not quite 30 feet high. You can see all the way up to there and down, around. There's the passageway it comes to it. There's not really a lot of stalactites or stalagmites in this soft sandstone. It is sandstone and limestone mixed. But you can see when that water comes rushing through here, it continues right on through and goes out that passageway right there. You can see that there is a passageway in there that water has cut through the rock over the hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years. And it's hard to tell how big this cave really is if you could actually get to one of the good passageways. But anyway, we're going to crawl on back up out of here. Now, folks, I do know that the Indians used this cave because I found a 500-year-old arrowhead up here coming to the approach of this place a few years ago. And that's the first one I've found and the only one I've ever found. So let's slide back on up out of here. Now the people who lived here, it said, used to keep milk down in this cave right here. Years ago there was a ladder down in here and my uncle found Civil War saddlebags in here. I just climbed up there a minute ago. It's all caved in. You really can't go anywhere now. But about 30 years ago, you could go on back through that passageway right there. So there is what it looks like as you come down. When you come in here and you see something like that right there, you got this rock right here is holding up all of that mess right there. When this one slides out, all of this is going to cave in down this direction. It's really not that funny to look at. Now, back in my younger days, let me see if I can get down there to that, you all, without falling. See there. Now if you look straight up there, back in my younger days, I climbed all the way up this and went up into that passageway up there, which doesn't really go anywhere, but it's a pretty good sized passageway. But it is dangerous, you all. Dangerous. It's wet all the time, and you know, when you're young, you're pretty daggone dumb. That looks like that's about maybe 30 foot straight up. There's another passageway. All these things go right up on top of where you're looking at the cliffs of the cave right there. Man, I hope that comes out on video, you all. Anyway, you can see the light right up there that we got to go to get out. And I'm going to climb up out of here and we'll talk to you again. That's quite a chore to come back up out of there, you all. But this right here is a protected area. I did want to let you know that somebody's already tore the sign down, but this is on a wildlife preserve. You can't hunt here, but you can overnight camp here, according to the rules. Anyway, that's what it looks like. I don't really highly recommend this cave. There's not a lot of passageways that you can really get down and explore, although it is very interesting, historical to me. You know, some of my kin people lived here, utilized this particular cave here for certain things. So probably a hideout every once in a while during the Civil War. I know that the Indians used it because I found the arrowheads. So you can imagine where I'm sitting, or a little bit lower than this, probably lower than this. The Indians would come in here, the light could shine in. They could build their campfires, and the smoke would go on up out of this cave. And they could just, you know, get in here out of the weather and live in here, I guess, if they really wanted to. But that was 500 years ago, and this stuff really looks totally different than it did in those days. Anyway. Oh man, you all. It's quite a hump up out of there. You know, several years ago, probably 10 years ago, right before I started my YouTube channel, I hiked from right here all the way to the top of East River Mountain and all the way back to Rocky Gap, Virginia. I spent the night in the mountain and got up the next morning and hiked on out. Like I died before I got there. But I did that. I hiked all the way from this cave all the way back to Rocky Gap, Virginia. And there ain't no trail. Appreciate you watching my videos. That's another tip from your Bland County survival man. Have yourself a great day.